Good afternoon, Postal family. How's everybody doing? My name is Saeed. Welcome back to my channel. What's going on this Sunday? Long weekend Sunday. 4th of July weekend. We got extra Saturday off. Tomorrow we'll be ready to work. Today's topic, what I'm discussing, there was some arguments in the Senate hearing with the Postmaster General regarding this topic about what the president wants the Postal Service to do with the mail-in ballots. There's an update on that, so I'm going to get to that. First, if you're new to the channel, my name is Saeed. Postal content is what I do, love to do. Thanks everybody for all the support. Can't thank you guys enough for all you do, all your comments. Love them comments like always, man. Keep them coming, the communication. Awesome. Keep giving me the thumbs up. Smash that hype button. Takes a second. Thanks for all you do, guys. I would be nothing without you guys. This is what I do. For you guys, my audience, for all you new people that keep coming on, thank God. Welcome aboard. Anything postal content related, you will hear it on this channel. I know I focus more on the carriers simply because I am one, so doesn't mean taking away from the other crafts, but our focus right now is very serious with all the negotiations going on, so that's why I stay on that topic most of the time. So anyway, everything I say on here is from my views, my research. I don't speak on behalf of USPS, Post Office in any of my videos. So let's get to the topic. What's going on with the Postal Service and the mail-in ballots and what the president wants us to do, and something new developing on that. So a major legal battle just completely changed the game for how mail-in ballots are going to be handled in the upcoming general election. 23 states just took the federal government to court and they won. A federal judge has officially struck down a controversial executive order directed at the United States Postal Service. If you're planning on voting by mail or if you just care about election integrity, you need to know exactly what just happened. Let's break it down. To understand how we got here, we have to go back to March 31st. A presidential executive order was issued that ordered the USPS to rewrite its rules regarding federal election ballot mail. Following those orders, the Postal Service dropped a new proposed rule on June 2nd. But almost immediately, a massive coalition of 23 states and Washington, D.C. filed a civil lawsuit to stop it. They argued that the executive order and directives given to the post office were illegal. Well, the court just handed down its ruling and the judge agreed. The section of the executive order targeting the USPS has been declared legally void. What's the impact of this? So what does this actually mean for your mail, and what is the USPS telling its workers right now? Well, an internal mandatory stand-up talk was just issued to all postal employees. It tells that under penalty of contempt, they must comply with this new court order. And here is the bottom line of what that looks like. Point 1, it is business as usual. The USPS ordered to continue transmitting and delivering all mail-in and absentee ballots normally, what we're supposed to do. Get a letter with the address on it going, that's all we do. We don't stop and think who gets and who doesn't. Transmitting and delivering mail-in absentee ballots normally using their current standard election mail guidance. Point 2, the proposed changes from the executive order are blocked for a subset of states for this upcoming election. Point 3, the post office will keep giving non-binding design advice to election offices using their standard official election mail guide. Essentially, the court just hit the giant pause button on the federal government's attempt to overhaul ballot mail delivery. The official court order is a massive 37 pages long, and the USPS is currently scrambling to evaluate its next legal moves. But I want to hear from you. What do you think about the court stepping in to block these changes right before the election? Let me know in the comments. You all do that awesome stuff. Keep sharing. So, something new. The court has bagged all these 23 states, and USPS will be doing business as usual, meaning Just once you get a letter, mail-in ballot, it has an address on it, deliver it. Don't call the states for questions. This guy can vote, this guy cannot, so we're not going to deliver this mail to this person. We don't do none of that. That's illegal. And whoever tries it, well, they took it, there's a civil case now, and the judge begged with these 23 states, and it's been blocked. So just want to get you guys updated on that. Other than that, our NALC mediation is coming to an end here in a couple weeks. We'll know then as to if we're going to arbitration. What the president recently said, well, a whole lot of nothing. He said basically nothing is working. In other words, whatever he was saying, the USPS was rejecting, and they were laughing at him. To put it in plain, simple words, he said everything is on the table, and USPS has not agreed on anything. So to me, it looks like arbitration again. Same thing like last year. If I'm not mistaken, it's going to be Dolan again, the arbitrator. And you know what? He screwed us last time badly. The tentative agreement that 60,000 strong, I believe 62,000 had rejected, we ended up with that going forward, as the arbitrator, Nolan, did his thing, or, failed us, of course, took the side of post office. And our beloved president, Renfro, had a lot to do with it. He just handed him the tentative agreement, signed it. So God forbid we don't want the same thing this time. But it looks that way, going to arbitration. But time will tell. A couple more weeks in this mediation period. It's just, to me, it's a waste of time. I mean, they're not accomplishing anything. These 60 days were absolutely wasted, both sides. Not agreeing to anything, or at least what is being presented to USPS by this president, they're not agreeing with. It's a lot to do with the president and how he's communicating, what language is he, different terms you have to initiate as the president to get USPS to agree on certain things. You got to explain a lot further. I'm not sure what this guy is doing. He's a failure. I don't know. But we come to that same thing again. We need a new president as soon as possible. Caref and Henry right there, head to head. A lot of you keep responding in the comments. Good stuff. That God forbid, you guys, one new perspective I read from this fellow carrier, that if one will have to quit for either Caref or Henry to win, the other side will have to quit. Otherwise, Renfro is going to be the default president again. I don't know how but that's very interesting. I don't know if it's true or not. So basically, if they both keep running and the votes are too close to call, God forbid. I've been talking about this in a few of my videos lately. By default, Renfro, God forbid, man. I'm going to say God forbid as many times as I can. Oh, man, that's... Can't have that. That's the worst case scenario. This failure ahead again for not... Oh, no. I'll end it right there and not say anything. Caref or Henry got to win. I don't know if either of them will back down. I don't know how that's going to work out. But because both are fighters, both know what to do. Henry's the current vice president. He has his own, Walton and all of them. His team is ready. So, but Mike Caref also has brilliant ideas. Every talking point he makes is up there. So they're head to head. We don't want this to go as a draw, God forbid. And then, what happens after that. I won't mention it again because it's such a disastrous scenario. None of the carrier base, none want this thing to go that way. One, Caref or Henry's got to step up and win. It's going to be on the membership. Ballots going to be shipped out. I guess starting next month in August, if I'm not mistaken, ballots will be starting to get sent out. And then the membership will decide. But on the other hand, there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind closed doors. They can, there can be a fraud on the counting. A lot of things can take place, man. Bottom line, we got to keep our prayers up, man. A higher power, we got to pray. Right man gets the new president's seat and helps out the carrier base like never before. Gets us the starting pay of 30 that we so much want. That way all the other steps will help. Speaking of other steps, the two tables got to be combined into one. Anybody who's hired after 2013, including myself, it's 100 million% not fair. Looking at table one, looking at our co-workers that are there. Nothing against them. We love them, co-workers. They're doing their thing. Just because they were hired before 2013, none of their fault. They're working their career too. But it's so unfair that that same pay on that table one, that time frame, is about 20,000 a year more. It's ridiculous. That two tables gotta be combined into one, and the time it takes to reach top pay is definitely gotta be changed. 13 years is unacceptable, man. 2026 with everything going on, inflation, 13 years is completely ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. UPS, I've said it a few times, is 4 years to the top pay. 4. 13. They always say compete with the private sector. Well, you ain't competing, Renfro. You get your job done. You're failing on all aspects, man. 13 and 4 here. Make it at the bare minimum 7 or 8 or even less than that. This is ridiculous. You gotta step up and make things happen, but he's not apparently. So move aside right now and give the seat to somebody who will do the job. So I don't know what FedEx is. I'm gonna research that and share on my next video. I'm sure it's right there up to like 5 or 6 or something like that. But that's I'm gonna find that out. I always mention UPS in 4 years. So with Teamsters, of course, when you mention Teamsters, the first thing comes to mind: job getting done, requests getting done. Whatever request on the negotiation table gets done. If it's not done, if the opposition argues, they always have that leverage of strike. But our president has a stop work thing too, where he can initiate stop working. But this guy is such a kisser of the USPS. He doesn't even know how to initiate something like that. So we need somebody who's a real man, real person with the integrity, all the things to carry the NALC and the carriers what we deserve. First and foremost, the pay, then these other things, CCA, PTF, making them regular. The two tables into one, these topics are all there, but are just going to be floated right next to the next president, because this guy, we all know what he does. So anyways, that's it. I slid into NALC, of course, because that's on all of our minds right now. But today's topic was the federal judge stopping the ballots issue. USPS was following under directive from the president. And now it's back to regular, according to this judge. Regular meaning in sense of we receive the ballots, we do our job, look at the address and deliver it. Not pick and choose who gets it, who doesn't, which is completely ridiculous. It's not in the Constitution. A lot of senators mentioned this in the latest meeting with the Postmaster General. You're going against your own Constitution, and they will not allow it. And obviously so, a lot of states filed a civil lawsuit, and the judge agreed. Now we're back to normal, getting a mail-in ballot as of right now and delivering it, what we do best. So that's it for this one, guys. Anything, always, NALC comes up, my eyes and ears are open, always watching for the next bit of good news, bad news, whatever, some new news. So day by day, looking out on that and keeping you guys updated. Anyway, that's it for this video. Have a safe Sunday, guys. Back to work tomorrow. It's gonna be a little bit heavy, obviously, that Saturday mail, but nowadays the mail levels have so much dropped that when I started, I used to see a lot more mail after a holiday. Nowadays, it's dropped, sadly enough, that even after a holiday, you don't see it like you used to. Just several years ago, a few years ago, we used to see a lot more mail after a holiday. So that's it. Stay good, guys. Stay hydrated out there. Until next time, MailmanSyed out.